Aw, shit. Here we go again.
Welcome to the Sloppy Book Club podcast. I'm Jenny.
And I'm Celeste, and welcome to season 4, episode 16, our February reads. So, on this week's episode, we're going to be discussing some of the books we read for the month of February and then give you a little glimpse of our March TBRs, like what is at the top of our list that we want to try and get to. But as mood readers, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it never works out that way.
Never. But I'm
Never.
hoping, I'm very hopeful for the month of March. February, I didn't get into any of my top TBR, but I'm hoping March will be a little bit different.
Yeah. I did actually get into like the TBR that I wanted.
hmm
Um, but I'll get into that. We'll do drinks first.
Yes.
So
So,
I have
uh,
my
oh,
usual,
hmm
like the watermelon vodka Sprite drink because I literally have nothing in my fridge. Nothing.
Your cup, I love that cup.
Mm.
I have a leftover Malibu cocktail pina colada
Ooh,
that Charisse brought over for um
yum.
the Super Bowl. So it's been in the fridge, and I'm like, this is great. I don't have to get anything.
That sounds good.
Pina colada, can't go wrong.
Mm.
And then I have my water because you
Oh,
need to
I forgot a water.
stay
Okay.
hydrated, people.
We're-
All right, we're gonna get into some of the books that we read for February. How many books did you get to tackle
Um,
in February?
so I did three plus a reread, and
Okay.
then I finished one that started in January.
hmm
So technically five.
That's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Oops, I just dropped something.
What?
As long as it wasn't the drink, that it's one of the books that I want to talk about
Oh,
later.
yeah. So it
Uh,
wasn't bad, especially because I've been so busy. As you can see, my shelf is empty because I am moving. So I have nothing out. All I want to do is cry. So
Yeah. No,
yeah.
moving is tough. Like moving from the
Scary.
house that like your kids were in and then starting something new, that's like a huge transition. So,
Huge. We grew up here.
yeah, that's
So
you throw all your parties there. Like
I
I've been
know.
to your house. So like
Yeah. It's
when we
very
be saying
sad.
Mike and Jenny, it's going to be a little bit different. But I'm
A little
excited for you
different.
in this change and this transition. And,
Thank you.
all blessings. It's going to go great. It's going to be wonderful. So I'm
Thank
excited for
you.
you guys.
Thanks. That's why I've been so MIA online because we've just been going through it. So, but
hmm
starting to get my shit together
hmm
again. So we'll
All
see.
right.
All right.
I'm excited
You
for
want to
you guys.
start? You want me to start or?
Yeah. Start with one of your reads.
Okay. So technically, most of my reads are from the same author, except for I read The Odyssey. I started that back in January, finished it in February, which was great. I loved it. There were some parts where I was like, get it together. Let's move
Mhm.
on because there's a lot of fucking words in here. But
Yeah.
it was good. I enjoyed it. Now my husband can stop bugging me about it. And
Especially
the
because you
rest,
said that that's like one book that Mike has read, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and he loves it. So
hmm
now we have to watch the movies. I think we're gonna watch um I forget which one of the older ones tonight.
The claymation looking like
No.
monsters.
No, there's normal people in it.
Oh, no, it's normal people, but I
Humans.
think like the Cyclops or the monster is actually like a claymation or something. Because
You
they
know, I
didn't
couldn't tell
have
you.
CGI. If it's like the old one.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I'll let you know tonight when I find
Okay,
out as I'm
good.
sitting there
Okay.
watching it. So yeah, I read that one, and then the rest of them were from Alira Anaya Ceres, and it's like her sort of monster romance, motorcycle club, underworld books all mixed
hmm
together.
hmm
So I read Queenie and the Krakens, and that's a paranormal why choose motorcycle club romance. This one follows Naomi, aka Queenie, and you're gonna love her. You've never read this one, right?
No.
Just read it because you're gonna love her.
From
So
her
she's
like from her like fantasy. kind of world, I've only read Triton's Academy, and that was book
Okay.
one.
Also,
Hmm.
you didn't read her other fantasy one.
Stolen by the Gargoyle is the other one. Sorry.
No, not that one. You did read that one though.
Yeah, the Gargoyle one and then the Triton Academy one.
Okay.
I think are the only
She
like
has
of
another
her.
series that I read.
Yeah.
It has five
Hmm.
books. I think it's going to be like 8 books or something, but currently it has
Okay.
like 5. But they were really good too. Um,
Hmm.
this one's a little bit so it's fantasy, but it leans more towards the dark romance, motorcycle club romance aspect of
Okay.
it.
Hmm.
And it's also a standalone, but interconnected with the rest of the books I'm going to talk about. So this one follows Naomi. She's a marine biologist, and one day she's out doing her job and witnesses a murder. So she ends up running into this motorcycle club called the Krakens, and they are merman shifters. Um, they So yes, they're shifters, but it doesn't lean heavily on that. That's why I said it's fantasy, but it's more dark romance. That's like
Hmm.
the biggest plot of the book. Um, so yeah, she runs into them. They decide they love her and want to protect her. So it's super action packed. It's tense. It has some humor. It's definitely somewhat of an insta lust,
Hmm.
but it's why choose. So you get like that whole dynamic of her like learning all of these guys, well, all 3 of these guys, and being with them. And they're all like, yes, there's some sword crossing, but her relationship with them is pretty separate, I guess,
Hmm.
together.
So
Yeah.
she has a
So
relationship
I
with
loved
each.
it.
It doesn't necessarily mean like they're all
Yes, there's some aspect of that, but it's not all the time because she
right.
has her moments with all of them. It was
I
really,
like
really
that.
good. I enjoyed it. Her best friend is so funny and I love her. And that leads me into the next one, which is Lourdes and the Mafia. Um, that's also a paranormal, why choose? But this one is with demons and it's set in the underworld. So good. I can't
Hmm.
stop thinking about that one.
Hmm. I want to
So,
that one. I definitely want to read.
mhm. I've had that one on my TBR for a long time, and when I went to start reading these books so that I can read her newest arc, I realized that Queenie and the Kraken comes first,
Okay.
and I didn't realize that. So you can read Queenie and the Krakens by itself and not keep going, but you shouldn't read Lourdes and the Mafia without
Without
reading
reading.
Queenie and the Krakens.
Got you.
Yes,
Hmm.
because then you won't know who some of the characters are.
Hmm.
So this one, Lourdes is attacked in her home, and then she flees and runs into this king of the underworld, and he takes her to the underworld, and she meets like they're not really his, I don't think they're his brothers from what I can remember, but there's 3 kings, and they each have like their separate roles in the underworld, and she falls in love with all of them, and they fall in love with
Lucky
her.
her.
So yes, like I said, it's a why choose. It's super fun. Lourdes is a seer, and her magic was sort of inherited from her grandmother, but she's the type that never really wanted it. She didn't care for it. She doesn't use her magic for anything. So it was like really fun to watch her grow into
Her magic.
wanting to be a seer,
Mhm.
so I actually really like this one a lot. The romance was intense, it was delicious. There's tales, there's shadows. Enough said.
Yes, I love
Yes.
that.
Yeah. Jump
I can jump in because under her other pen name, I finally read Nevermore
in.
by Jade Hernandez. And this was a reimagining of Romeo and Juliet between a ballerina and a gangster. And I'm just like, ugh, it was so delicious. It was very like insta-lovey story. So be prepared for that. It is a novella, so it's not very long. It's just, it gets you like that. Like it's just a quick, good read.
Yeah.
Um, so we have Ophelia, right? That's how you would pronounce
Oh,
it.
Ophelia, yeah.
Yeah. She comes from like a prominent political family where her dad is like the mayor and he wants to stop crime. And then we have Fabian's family who has ties to like the criminal underworld. So his family is like the complete opposite. So like that's where you get that Romeo and Juliet, they're not supposed to be together, forbidden love. Um and like I said, it was just like a quick, good read, something to like get you through it. I felt like it really got me through like a little reading slump that I was in. I was like, I need something cute. Well, not cute because it's romancy and like, a little dark, but like I need something fast
Cute,
that will get me
romantic,
in
and
the mood.
dark.
Yeah, it needs to get me into like a reading, and this was like a good like segue into that. And I don't know, she's just good at like writing her characters that you can't just like turn away from. And I love that about her writing. And
Mhm.
you know, the ending, I love how it's connecting some of her other series that I'm gonna, you know, want to read. So I think it ties into her Ink series and then um her cowboy series. Because at the end we learn something. So I almost want to reread her cowboy book one. What is it? Learn to Love You.
Yeah.
Um, to see if I remember hearing that character in it, because I don't remember. Um, but yeah, so I read Nevermore by Jade Hernandez, and it was really, really good.
So
And
good.
it just makes me want to read more and more of her stuff. Which I am. I'm reading, what is it? No, I think Stolen by the Gargoyle is the first one, right? Not the second
Mhm.
one. What's the
Yeah.
second one?
Loved by the Gargoyle.
Loved by the Gargoyle. I started a little bit of that. Um, So that's exciting. I already like the little like they're writing notes to each other bit. I think it's so sweet and
I
cute.
love it so much.
So
That's
I'm
actually one of the books I was going to talk about.
okay,
It's so
perfect. So
good.
I'll stop there. You go.
Okay, so my next one is Stolen by the Gargoyle. So we've previously read it and I
Yeah.
just reread it just to get ready for Loved by the Gargoyle. And Stolen by the Gargoyle is a monster romance. It's a novella. And like you said about Nevermore, it like really like jumps right in. It sets you up because it's a novella, so it's got to be really, really fast.
Hmm.
So this one follows Nazar, who is like ready to look for his mate, and he goes about it by kidnapping a human and taking her to the underworld. And it starts off with the spiciest of the spiciest scenes.
Hmm.
But that is just how these gargoyles roll. Like they just, this is how they do it.
That's
This is
their
how they
thing.
find their love.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So he doesn't understand that she's a human, so she has her separate needs. And I love how like she just like teaches him on what she needs, and he is just like ready and willing to do whatever it is that she
Very
wants from him.
receptive to
Very
learning.
receptive, yes. So I absolutely loved it. The Spanish dirty talk, she does it so well.
She
You get
does.
that in this one. It has a little bit of a miscommunication trope because he doesn't know like what a human needs. So he's like he's at least learning.
Yes.
And it's funny, it has some funny moments in there. And that leads you into Loved by the Gargoyle, which is coming out. I think by the time we release this episode, it'll be out because
Will
it's
be
coming out
out. Yeah.
sometime this week.
Hmm.
And this one follows Xavier. I don't know if that's how you say it. Xavier.
I know it starts with an X, right?
Yes.
Because yeah, Xavier.
So
It,
he
'Cause it's
is
not
one of,
Xavier.
no, because there's no
Oh.
E in it.
Yeah. Hmm.
So we could be butchering it. We'll find out. So he is one of Nazar's brothers,
Hmm.
and he had warned Zavir that the kings of the underworld will be looking for them if they decide to take a mate by kidnapping them, then they're going to be in trouble for it. So, like a good brother, he listens and he takes his time. And I'm not going to talk too much about it because it is an arc and you're still reading it, but
Hmm.
the the biggest, sweetest thing that I took from it were the notes, like the letters. It's like a pen pal type of thing, and
I
they're
love
writing to
that.
each other.
I
That
was like,
is
oh
so
my God, they're
freaking
writing notes.
yes. And then the music, like how he's just like so in love with her music. I just can't.
Mm-hmm.
I fell in love with it. I definitely love this one way more than the first one because it's just
Mm-hmm.
so sweet. That whole letter aspect and the music, it made it for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm enjoying the process for sure. So that might be something like I might finish tonight because if I'm not mistaken, it's like under 200 pages too. Like it's
Yeah, it's
not
like
something that's
150 or
super,
something like that.
yeah, not super
Yeah,
long, which I kind of love her books for that because they're typically not very long
no.
and they're just well written that you don't feel like you're missing out on anything. So
Yeah. Even
I
like the whole like lust aspect of it, like that's something that I never really like enjoyed too much. I like the build up and the slow burn.
hmm
They're like I have no issue with it with these books.
hmm That's just well written books for
Yeah,
you. I really
agreed.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
Um, we're like into like our romances. There's a lot of romance books
I know.
between the
Look
two
at
of us.
me.
I know. So another book that I read, I was gifted while at Love Y'all Book Fest, and it is Big Girl Blitz by Danielle Allen. It's part of her Curve series, and I read Curvy Girl Summer and Plus Size Plus Size Player over the summer. And completely fell in love with the books. And I remember making a TikTok like, I need book three, I
Mhm.
need book three. And one of my friends wound up getting it. And I was just like, are you just,
Please.
and she was like, you know what? You've spoken about it before. Here you go.
Um,
And I legit started reading it as soon as she gave it to me because that's how like a fan I am.
that's
So
amazing.
this series follows three best friends, and kind of like their lives and how, and obviously their romances. There's a lot of like growth and storytelling and character development within these books, which I really enjoy. Like each person is overcoming something or, um, going after something, but in the process also finding romance, which is what I really, really love about a good like romance story. So in Jasmine's case, we follow her. She's a teacher, she's on summer break, and usually she spends the first week of her break with her favorite person, which is her Aunt Addie. Her aunt has had like health issues in the past, and this time around, they're not great. And they both feel like this could possibly be her last summer. Um, so when she gets there, her aunt is in the hospital. She's really emotional about it. She's like, this is like my favorite person. Um, but her aunt is very like, I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be home. I just have to be here for a little bit. But let's plan out your summer. Like, don't waste your time being sad or upset. I want you to live your life. So let's create this list of things that we both need to do by the end of the summer. So they create this list of things like, get a tattoo, color your hair, like just wild things that they would
Mhm.
possibly not do. But this is kind of pushing them both. And, after this like really tough night, Jasmine decides to, pick up some food and go to like a sports bar and just like get her mind out of things. And while she's there, she meets this man named Lamar.
Look
And
at you cheesing.
oh my God, I love him, Jenny. Like, because I love male characters that are written in a way where it's not, them just saying that they're, gonna be there for you, but actually showing you and showing up. And Lamar
Yeah.
was so good about not only telling her like he's gonna be there for her, but also showing up when he can. And like he would do like the most smallest things for her, but they were big moments in ways because he just was there and he listened. And I just love a good male character that listens and delivers.
That is the
She wrote,
key.
yeah.
Listen.
Mhm. So like, Jasmine's going through like this heaviness of her life and like trying to figure these things out. And, he's not adding any more pressure than she needs. And I really enjoyed that. So she meets him, they're developing this like friendship that they both kind of feel like could be more. Um, but he gets picked up because he was like uh what do you call them? He's like a football player, but he's not an active football player, but he gets picked up. Um because someone gets injured. So there's a name for it and it's not clicking in my head. But then he starts to get popular and they have to deal with like him becoming popular and her not wanting to be in the spotlight kind of thing. So like the drama between that and getting over that and like where they see this relationship going. And it was just so good. I just loved
Good.
it. Danielle Allen, like these last three books that I've read from her have just been phenomenal, like romance books.
That's
And I
awesome.
love that there's so much representation of like it being about plus size female characters. Um with Curry Girl Summer, that was kind of hard to read, but also the sad reality of what some women go through, or just people who aren't the normal size as
Right.
society wants them to be, and how they're viewed and perceived. And that was like a tough read, but it was so well written that, you really feel for her characters and you're just like, damn, this is like really fucked up. But them finding their like romance and having that like family aspect of like having your core group and building that confidence and stuff. I really enjoyed reading it. Her characters are
Good.
great.
I'm glad you got it. I remember
Hmm.
you talking about wanting it.
Yeah. Oh my God. I
Totally.
I I was like, I'm this.
That's
But it
awesome.
was good. Do you have another book or?
No, that's it.
Okay, so I have one more. This is another book that you've read before, but I haven't. And it's The Dividing Sky by Jill too. I definitely wanted to read it before going to Love Y'all and like meeting her again and just like letting her know that I picked up this book because of a panel I saw her on, and I instantly knew like we both would love it, and you read it before me. And you
I
loved
read it
it.
almost right away when you
Yeah.
got it for me.
So I was just like, I need to like read this. And girl, it is really good.
Right?
I was
It's so
so
unique
upset.
too.
It's so unique. I hate that it took me a year to finally read it. But I do have her upcoming. I think it's either out or coming out, but it's The Ocean Apart.
Mm.
And Ocean Apart. So I have that. So I'm not
That's
gonna
a
put,
her adult book, right?
I believe so. Because this is a dystopian YA romance, The Dividing Sky, and I believe An Ocean Apart is her adult romance. So with The Dividing Sky, we have Liv Newman, who is a proxy, and she uses her neurochip in her brain to sell happy memories to wealthy clients. And she's hoping by doing this, she could come out of her like lower class. She's just trying to get money for basically like a better life. And like I said, this is like a dystopian kind of era of time where everyone is just working to work and
Mm.
there is no happiness. Like your happiness is in your work. There's nothing else to do. And you're compensated for the amount of work you do and how well you do. And that's how you kind of make it in society. But again, she doesn't want to live this way. So one client gives her this really big job. She has to go somewhere and collect this memory basically for a lot of money. And in the process, there is a forceman, what's his name? Adrian, right?
I don't remember.
I think his name was Adrian. And they're finding out that there's this new drug on the market that is changing people and they don't like it. And Liv is connected to it, but it's technically not really a drug, it's just her giving people happy memories. So he's kind of like put on to capture her and get her. But in the process, when Liv leaves to do this job for this high client, she erases her memories in the process. And now he has to decide whether or not he can really capture someone who doesn't know what they did wrong. And then there's just like this whole like back and forth kind of thing between them. I don't want to give too much away because it's a really good book and I want people to like uncover that on their own, but it was so good. And like you said, it's very new unique. It's so heavy on sci-fi
Mhm.
with the romance that was done so well. Um and I can't really compare it to anything else, which
No.
is what I love about it. Because a
Mhm.
lot of like sci-fi romances, you kind of like, oh, it's like similar to this or similar to that. And this to me was like really great and not something like I can really compare it to. So I enjoyed it a lot.
Glad you liked it.
No, I did. I enjoyed it a lot. So. And it
Good.
was nice meeting her again and just gushing
Yeah.
over it.
We should
But
try to get her on.
we do. Um, I got to interview her, but it was a short one, and hopefully we can get her on for like a longer one, to really like dive deep into like her writing process. So I would really enjoy doing that. But let's get into some of your March reads. What are you looking forward to or hopeful for the month of March and your books that you want to read?
Yeah, so I haven't really thought that far
Mm-hmm.
yet, even though March is literally like this weekend.
Yeah.
Um, but I did, this author, Santana Blair, reached out to me, and I had read her books, Dear Summer and Sticks and Stones years ago. So we met her at Romanticon, like our first Romanticon.
Mm-hmm.
So she reached out that she was like, I finally wrote book two to Sticks and Stones. Do you want to read it? I also have a novella. So I was like, yes, because I actually really enjoyed it. So Sticks and Stones, this one is a YA coming of age romance between two seniors who live in different parts, different parts. And one of them ends up going to, like, the boy ends up going to the girls' school and it's an academy. So it's more like a college prep type school. But because of like where he came from, it was really difficult for him to go into the school seamlessly. But he
Mm-hmm.
also wasn't alone. He was there with his brother, who is like super smart and like got into the school and was like, I'm here. I've always been here. Like, so they're two different personalities, but this one focuses on him more. And his name is Eli, and he ends up falling in love with this girl, Darcy, who it's more like a not an enemies to lovers. They kind of hated each other at the beginning, and then they fell in love really quick. So they have a lot of issues because of their families and where they live and how they live and grew up. So that's a really sweet romance. I don't want to give too much away, but she just sent me the novella, which focuses on the twin brother, which we don't get to see a lot of in this first book. And I'm really excited about it because a lot of shit happens in the background. So I'm really excited to read that one. So there's
Mm-hmm.
that one, book two, which I have no idea what it's about. She hasn't sent that one yet. And then Hail Mary. I
Yes.
know we're wanting to read that.
Yes, for
I
sure.
forget who the author is, but that's a
Um,
sci-fi coming out.
Andy Ware.
Andy Weir, yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Weird. So I'm really excited about that one too. But
Same.
that's as far as I've gotten because
Yeah.
I literally have not thought past tomorrow.
No worries. No, but
Yeah.
they all sound really good. I wanted to do this because I don't know, have you seen the Poet Empress online lately?
Um, I feel
Because
like I got an ALK for that a while back.
so it comes out or it already came out in January, but I got gifted this and I have seen it all over my For You page. And it's
No.
gotten so many rave like reviews that I'm like, wait, I recently got this in a box set and I'm like, I have to read it. So basically it's about I guess an empress who has to kill her husband, but in order to do that, she has to like create a poem, but it has to be a poem based on love in order to do it. So I'm feeling like she has to really fall in love with her husband. I don't know if it's like an arranged marriage of some kind, and
Mm,
like eventually have to kill him after that. So how do you kill someone you
that's
fall in love with,
interesting.
right? So at least that's what I'm gauging from. I don't know entirely if that's accurate or not.
Wait, what's the title?
It's called The Poet Empress by Shen Tao, and she was supposed to be at Love Y'all, and that's how I got this. But due to like I don't know if it was like sickness or family or what, she wasn't able to come. But ever since then, I have only been seeing this and Dagger Mouth, which is also on my
Yeah.
TBR for March because
I
I
just
need
bought
to
it.
like the book itself.
Yeah, because there's like nowhere.
No,
So she
that's the
she
book I'm waiting
posted.
for. That's
Oh,
the
that's
book.
the one you're waiting for?
Yes.
Yeah. So
And
she
you
just
saying that,
posted
you
what?
saying that I got two. Because I was like, I could give this to Jenny, but deep down in my soul, I'm like, this chick got it already. I know
Yeah,
she
no.
does.
I literally just bought it last week because I saw her post that people were selling it for a lot of money. And I was like, no.
What?
I was like, I am not doing that shit. So she posted that they still had some available
At Books a
on
Million?
Books a Million. Yep. So I bought it. I don't even know when it's coming, but
So
I
you're in the
bought it
same
last week.
dilemma as me. I've been like
That
refreshing
is
my
hilarious.
page. So you hear it first, maybe, maybe not. But once I get the book, then I'll just do a giveaway because people were being obscene about like the
Yeah,
amount
so
of money.
Pete, like somebody shared a screenshot of different people selling it and it was like $100, $200. I was like, why?
Girl, speaking
Like
of
I
that,
hear it's amazing. I hear it's a
I
really
hear
good fucking
great
book.
things about it. And I'm just like, I want to be part of the cool kids club. So
Same.
I definitely, and this is what I mean about influence. Like, sometimes it gets you because I definitely, I bought two of them just in case. When does yours?
Literally, what you told me, that estimated delivery the 27th, but it's in your city
Yeah.
process today. Like, so why is it gonna take till Friday?
And
Like
was,
exactly what you said, that
mm-hmm.
it's already in your city,
Yeah.
but it's not
Not
coming till
coming till
Friday.
Friday. Yeah.
What do you
When is yours
mean?
coming? Yours is the same thing?
Yeah, it literally says the same exact thing you told me.
Like, what does that even
Mhm.
mean?
I think we'll probably get it like Tuesday because of all the snow we're supposed to
hmm
get.
And I
They're
was
probably not
hoping to
doing
get it before the snow so that I could just binge it.
just binge
But I
it.
have the ebook, so I'll just do it that way. But I felt like it would be like a good like annotating book. So that's why I really, really
Mhm.
wanted the physical. But
Yeah,
I'll just do
especially because it's probably just gonna sell out completely and then the new published version.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because
that's
I looked
exciting.
and
That is so funny.
I almost drove to Connecticut
Really?
to get it.
I
But
was in Connecticut too
it was like a
yesterday.
it's like an hour and 15 or something from us. And I'm just like, do I?
Yeah, I went to IKEA yesterday, so I could have just gone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, it's crazy. But yeah, those are the two books that, or three, because I really want to read Hail Mary
I
before
know.
seeing the movie.
Yeah, we got to figure out when,
Mm-hmm.
because I
Because
know we
when
got to
does
do
the movie
that.
come out? I guess
In
I'll look that up
March.
later. Yeah,
It's in March.
that's next
I
week.
know. Well, I think it's like mid to end of March.
Okay, so we have time. Yeah,
Yeah.
I might just audio immersive read it.
Maybe I'll do that too, because I have a lot of packing to do. Like I can't sit and read.
Speaking of audiobooks, Medusa. I'm almost done with it.
It's really
Naya
good.
Gray, I think, is the
Yeah.
author. That was
Yeah.
another book that I heard really good things about. You would enjoy it. I'm 58% in. Oh my God. So good.
Got it.
Get that on audio
I'll
because that
get
might
that
be.
on audio because the next 3 weeks is going to be nothing but audiobooks for me.
Hmm. No, for sure. Because that's what when I was cleaning out my shelves and stuff, I popped that in. And at some points, I'm just like this, holding the book, listening.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
wait, what
Oh,
happened?
do you
Wait.
remember that book I was reading in January? Darkness Outside Us. Darkness Outside Us, Darkness Between Us. The one that
It's
they're in space, the two guys, they go out there, they don't really know what's happening, and one of them, his sister, went to a new planet to see if it was livable for humans. And and these two guys, Kodiak and I forget the other guy's name, are in the spaceship together, and they don't know if his sister is dead or alive. Now they're stuck on this spaceship. It's like a romance. Oh God, what the fuck? Hold on. Darkness.
oh, because you weren't finished with it yet,
I
right?
was not finished. No.
And I
Yeah, so
needed.
that's basically it. They're both from two different parts of the country, like dystopian, because it's not like Earth.
Mhm,
And they both got put on a spaceship. They wake up, they don't know that the other's there until they finally meet. But one of their main goals is to find the sister, see if she's still alive, see if she found the planet and if it's livable. And the other one, we don't really know why he's there. It's more like, is he watching him? Is he there to bring back a body? Like, what is it that he's there for? And it turns out, spoiler, so if you don't want to know, pause it or move on. Um, they're clones. They're
they're not even.
clones. They're not even like their normal selves. Thousands, thousands of clones on this spaceship. So they fell in love and now they're like together most of the time and they end up in this room that they'd never been in before and because the spaceship is really big.
Mhm.
And they end up going in there and they find these clones of themselves, just them two. So they're like, wait a minute, what? So
Right.
like this must have happened before. So they decide to start recording messages to themselves in case they die. And that's what happens. Like every time a new clone lives, like they die, a new clone comes in. They finally, after days and days and days, see a recording and they'll record something new. So it ends up being like this big story of how they ended up there. They end up on a planet and they are able to, because there's embryos on the ship as well. They create a
Mhm.
family together and then they live together on this planet and they create,
Stop.
I know. So it ended with like them creating a child and then that's
Oh.
where it stopped. The
Mhm.
problem is I started book two.
Oh,
I
it's a
don't love
series.
it. Yes, I don't love it.
Mm.
So it turns out, like from the beginning of this book, is that it's the like one of the daughter's point of views. So they've had multiple children, but they don't
Mhm.
survive because of like the situation they're in, the planet they're in, they need more as far as like earth and air and food.
Mhm.
And the infections, they don't have like medicine, things like that. So they
Gotcha.
finally have this one child who's like surviving and she's older. And we learn that they create animals, but they can't survive either because of the situation they're in. But I just couldn't like I really couldn't get into it. Like the plot
Mm,
of the story is just like meh.
mm.
So I'm soft DNFing book two.
Okay.
But book one, oh my
Oh
God.
my God, my heart.
So it's like you're never stuck with the main character because they just keep dying and new clones keep I know
That's
I
sad.
know. So I recommend it if you're good with just leaving it with a tiny bit of a cliffhanger, but
Mhm.
book two so far is not hitting it for me. So
Yeah. But also thinking about it, like they created these daughters and stuff. I'm assuming they're not clones because they're embryos. And
correct.
my thing is like, what would their life be like now?
Yeah,
Because
because
imagine you're
this
the
was
only real person.
right. So their plan from what I got from book two was they're creating multiple people so that they can continue to populate, but
Okay,
they're not really surviving. So far, she's like the first one to really like thrive.
right.
So she's gonna be alone because she's older. So
Yeah. Unless she meets an
that,
alien and you haven't gotten there.
that's true. See, now I'm like, great. Now I have to finish it. No, I have to soft DNF it because I don't want to hate it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
still
yeah,
want to be in a
for
better.
sure. Especially when book one was so good. So,
I
I
loved
get
it so
it.
much. So yeah, that was it.
No, I love that. Now I know. But now I'm like, I want to read their little romance clones.
It's worth reading, even though you know, like what, like it's worth reading, like watching them grow to love each other, and then bam, you're
You're
not
a
real.
clone. Oh my God. Ugh,
I know.
that's a gut
And
punch for sure.
thousands. I was like, wow, okay,
Insane. No, that sounds really good though.
yeah,
But yeah, that's all I got.
that's it.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening.